There it started. Okay, so Chapter 4, Part 3, continuing on our daily progression here. So, here I have two distributions. Let's compare them, okay? They've got the same scale. Age, I've got the same scale up the side, that's good, okay? Here we're looking at this distribution, this is female patients, male patients. This distribution shape, tail goes to the left, it's skewed left. This distribution, relatively symmetric. Where's the center of this distribution? Center of this distribution reasonably is probably about here, maybe about 70. Center of this distribution is probably about 65. The range for this distribution, even though we said that the spread is the range, I also need to include what that range is. This goes from 100 down to about 30, so this is a range of 70. But it goes from 100 to 30 because this goes from 95 to 25, which is also 30. But this one going from 100 to 30 versus 95 to 25, this one is to the right of that. So I want to sit there and say, when I'm talking about this range, this goes from 100 to 30. This one, the spread goes from 95 to 25 because that's different. And that needs to be pointed out. Okay? This is a time plot. Look, it's like a timeline. Time plot, timeline. You've seen these before, blah. Okay. We're not going to talk about re-expressing data much here. What this means is my data does not look right. It's all compressed here because I've got so much data in here. What I can do is I can apply a function to the data to get a different look to it. It's called re-expressing. And when I re-express the data, I might do something like take a logarithm or a square root or square it, and I can get a completely different picture of it by re-expressing data or transforming the data. And we will do that a little bit, but not in great detail. Okay? What can go wrong? We can have lots of things. This is talking about making a histogram. Notice that this is policy number. Policy number is categorical data. Excuse me, categorical data. It is a bar graph, not a histogram. Big boo-boo, okay? What can go wrong? Okay, if your histograms are badly drawn, it's going to be an issue here because this is so far spread out that I can't really compare them, okay? And then the bin width here, if you got your bin width is too wide, you're going to have this big buck tooth looking thing, means nothing. If it's too narrow, I've got too many bars and too many gaps, doesn't work as well. 7 to 15 is a good number of bars, by the way. 7 to 15 is a good number of bars. Okay? And then, I love this graph. Here it is. Here's Ithaca Times having a graph. Oh, why does college have to cost so much? Because it's a ripoff. That's why what they're trying to say. Look at this. Here is 1965, and here is like 1999. And look, this is the cost of tuition of Cornell University. Oh, it's done nothing but gone up. And this scale right here represents from 1965 to 1995. That's a 34-year period. Oh, it's gone up 34 years. But that's, and think about this, what this costs. I don't know what Cornell tuition costs. Let's say in 1965 it costs like $2,000 a year, guess. And then in 1999, maybe $50,000 a year. So here we are. It goes from $2,000 to $50,000. That's a $48,000 swing. Okay, so that range right there, and let's draw it because I can. Okay, that range from there to there is $48,000 as a guess. Okay, and then here is their ranking. Cornell's a pretty good school. Let's say that Cornell is like a top 25 school, maybe even a top 50 college in the United States, but it's probably a top 25 school. But let's say in 1960. And I can't even read that, it's 1999. Let's say it's 1965 again. In 1969, it's like number 10. Okay, fine. Then it goes up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And then it drops down here to, it's like a top 25 school. Oh, so this range from there to there is 15. Now think about it. The scales don't match up. $40,000 is twice as much, or 1.5 times as much as a drop of 15. Okay, because that's a 15. Because that was 25. That's a $15 difference here. 15 difference there. But also look at this. We're also implying as this goes up, it's bad. Oh, it costs so much, that's bad. But when this goes up, the ranking goes up, and going up is good. How can you do that? You can't, that's just poor graph management. And it's deception. That's what, it's just dirty deception. Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, but you get the idea. You have to be careful when you're looking at graphs. Does it say what they're trying to say, or is what they're trying to say implied in the correct manner? You have to be that consumer of data. All right, what can go wrong? Lots of things. What did we learn? Oh man, we learned, oh my goodness, we're done with the slides. That's amazing. How much time we got left on this sucker here? We got 4 minutes. Well, you know what? We're going to stop and we're going to see what's next. Okay.